Today's 2-minute fairy tale is The Seven Ravens, a Brothers Grimm fairy tale about a girl who literally mutilates herself to save her brothers. So a peasant has 7 sons and no daughters, till finally a daughter is born, but she's real sickly and he's scared she's gonna die before he can baptize her. So he sends all 7 of his sons to go get water from the well to baptize her, but in their haste they accidentally drop the jug into the well. They're scared and they don't know what to do, so the father decides they must have just gone off to play and curses them to become 7 ravens. And they do! Apparently you can just get mad and make that curse and turn your kids into birds. He and his wife regret it afterwards, but there's nothing they can do, so they dote on their daughter. They don't even tell her she had brothers until she hears people in the town talking about her, and then she confronts her parents and they're like, yeah, you did, they're birds now. So she decides to set off and find them, and she takes a loaf of bread for hunger, a jug of water for thirst, a ring of her parents, and a chair that she ties to her back so that she can sit down when she gets tired. And I'm just like, is carrying the chair around worth not sitting on the ground? Like, you could just sit on the ground. Anyway, she walks so far she gets to the sun, but the sun's too hot and terrible. She walks to the moon, but then finds out the moon cannibalizes little children. This might be tied to the Sandman myth about the Sandman taking the eyes of bad children and feeding them to his moon children. I have a video about that. Anyway, she finally comes to the stars. These are the stars, and they tell her to go to the glass mountain. They give her a bone to use to unlock the door at the glass mountain, but she loses it. So when she gets there, she just cuts off her finger, rips off all the flesh, and uses her own finger bone to get inside. This dwarf greets her, and he's like, what are you doing here? She's like, I'm looking for my 7 raven brothers. And he's like, oh, they're not here right now, but sit down at the table. So there's 7 plates and 7 cups, and she eats a little from each plate, drinks a little from each cup, and in the last cup of her youngest brother, she puts that ring she brought. Then she goes and hides, because she just likes surprises. So the brothers fly in, and they notice that someone has eaten from their plates and drank from their cups, very Goldilocks. And when the last one finds the ring, he's like, Caw, if only our sister were here. And then she jumps out and she's like, I'm here, guys! And just doing that restores them back to their human form. And then they hugged and kissed each other and went home happily. There's lots of girls rescuing her bird brother stories like this, but this one's just unique with the whole cutting her finger off and using it as a key. Check out my book, Dust Spells, and my podcast, link in the bio.